What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Nueve back here again with a gameplay commentary. This game right here is exactly why it's good to record gameplay no matter if you win or you lose, because you learn so much from both, right? And this gameplay, I was just frustrated going back and watching it because there were times where I noticed I missed touchdowns on throws because I was rushing. There were times where I called a defensive call that just I could have called a different one. It just didn't make sense. I could have been more aggressive on defense. Things like that where if you just go right and back into the next game and you don't record those gameplays, you don't get to see where you can get better, right? So when I'm watching these gameplays and I notice those things, I could put those in the back of my head for when I play my next games, what I should do in those type of situations. Because I know everybody has those games where they're in the game and they feel like they're dominating, but somehow you end up losing. Now, sometimes that's the game's fault, and sometimes, like the case right now, it's my fault that I lost this game. I continued to get eaten alive on third and long situations where I needed to get stops right there and get off the field. This guy, for some reason, was just completing most of his balls on third and long. The reason he was getting these is because I was not switching up my third and long calls on defense this game. So when he would get in the third and longs, he would pretty much know, oh, he's going to run the defense he's been running on third and long all game. I got this. And he was doing well against me. Now, I keep getting sacks. He just was getting a ton of time in the pocket this game. Again, because me not being as aggressive, not sending as much blitzers, right? Wanted to keep everything underneath, force him to. I was basically playing bend don't break, and in that drive, I held him to a field goal, which is great. But you'll see on this drive when he gets the ball back from the second half, he was playing confident because he knew my tendencies. And that's what I should have had a pick right there. Ugh. But that's what I try to do when I'm on defense or when I'm on offense, is to pick up on those tendencies. In this game, I got a little cocky because I'm like, I felt like I'm better than this guy. I don't really need to switch up my stuff. But he kept killing me for not switching up. He was punishing me for calling my same play over and over. And I just kept falling to the trap. I was being stubborn instead of making a change. And in this drive, he has confidence of what he's running against my scheme. So he just goes down the field and is dotting me up, scoring on me. Because it's not like he was just totally dominating me, doing anything he pleased. I was still getting sacks. I was still getting knockdowns in coverage, almost getting picks. So I really didn't feel the need to change anything up drastically. On the next play right here, for his touchdown, he gets so lucky because my safety dumbs out. Like, why the fuck do I put zone out on him if he's going to light up like that and not make the play? So he gets that touchdown, and you always hear me talk about my mindset. So I'm looking at the clock. It's the end of the third quarter. I'm thinking I want to chew as much clock as possible, bring this down all the way until the clock can be expiring, and me in with a touchdown. Not a field goal. I want to win the game, of course. So I'm going to call my plays accordingly because I don't want to give him a chance to score and then him have the chance to get points after I do. Like, I don't want the clock. I don't want him to have enough time on the clock to make that happen. And that ultimately comes back to bite me on this play. I should have had another touchdown. He ended up moving his user, and I had plenty of time in the pocket to still make that throw. This is why I think it's so important to watch games over when you win or if you lose, so that you can see plays like that. Because that's a huge game changer, especially in a game like this, Just having that habit of not rushing into the next game when you lose or if you win, but just to go back and check it out. It doesn't even have to be a long time. Um, this was the play right here that lost me the game. I forced it into coverage instead of following the hole I had right there. And even if I didn't get the touchdown, I still would have kicked a field goal and the score would have been 10-10 instead of 10-7. And then I get these two stops in a row now, and then he gets it on third down. But if I would have just took my hole and not tried to force it, he would have had to keep going on that drive. But instead, now I have to quit, and that's game. Anyways, y'all, this is why it's so important to go and watch film after your games. Like and subscribe. I'm out.